What's up, guys? This is Sammy Geek back here with a quick video, and today is a comparison between the S24 Ultra and the Fold 6, and I'm going to share with you my 100% deal breaker, the reason that this phone is going to go back. I'll share that with you in a little while, and it's probably not something you would expect. It's not what a lot of reviewers are talking about, but I do want to set the stage here and say both of these phones are great in their own right. It also depends where you're coming from. So in my case, I've been using the S24 Ultra since basically it launched. Now, I have used the old Fold devices and the Flip devices for extended periods of time, have actually used these for months at a time, whereas like the Fold 5, I actually used that one for quite some time. And so I think there's two different types of users here. There's going to be the people coming over from like the Fold, the older Folds, the Fold 3, the Fold 4, Fold 5. I'm trying to think, I can't even remember the Fold 3 anymore. But, you know, coming from the older Fold devices, and they're going to be trying the Fold 6. Now, as long as you are kind of in a vacuum in the Samsung ecosystem and you're upgrading to the Fold 6, you will find tremendous value in this phone. Like, I believe you will, especially if you have a Fold 5 or Fold 4 and you're going to trade it in for the Fold 6, and you absolutely love the Folds. More power to you for loving these devices, because it is a cool experience. There's nothing like being able to unfold this device and have this little tablet in your hand. No matter which route I go, every time I set this phone down, a foldable device, I'm extremely sad, because there's nothing like looking at pictures and websites and YouTube and playing around, and just having this little tablet in your hand is just so awesome. I've got so many countless opportunities where I've had this actually Fold 5 or even the Fold 6 in my hands, and you know, taking family pictures and then showing grandmas and grandpas pictures and stuff. It's just epic to be able to unfold and see this full-size picture that's like lifelike. It's just, I cannot, you could probably hear my enthusiasm about it. It's just, I love the device. However, I've been spoiled by the S24 Ultra. So Samsung, they kind of, I guess for lack of a better term, they kind of dug their own grave on this one a little bit, because they've put all the bells and whistles and the fancy features in the S24 Ultra, and then they come out with the Fold 6, and I'm like, all right, what are they going to put in it that's going to kind of make it more Ultra, right? Well, no, we're going to give you 3-year-old cameras. All right, whatever. If the image processing is better, I can handle that. All right, Samsung, you got it. Well, we're going to basically not go super wide in the screen like the rest of the competitors are. We're going to just add 1 little millimeter here. Okay, cool. It'll remain a one-handed device. That's good. Like, I'm okay with that. Okay, cool. All right, so we're just going to change the design just a little bit. All right, cool. That sounds good. We're going to lighten it up a little bit. We're going to shave a little bit of size off it. We're going to make it more equal on the bezels. We're going to polish up the side, which that's where I think they nailed it. Because if you're coming from an older Fold, this thing, the hinge is awesome. It is thin. It is lighter. It's much more pocketable now. That front screen, although it's just a little bit bigger, I think is much more usable. So they knocked it out of the park. When I first got my hands on this device, I was like, I love it, love it, love it. I need it. This is going to be my daily driver. That's what I thought. Well, coming from the S24 Ultra, there are, again, two different types of users here. Somebody that is using the Fold is a person who unfolds the device probably 60% of the time, or 70% of the time, or 80% of the time, to really enjoy the foldable experience. You're not going to use the front screen 80-90% of the time for most of your stuff, right? Whereas with the S24 Ultra, you're pretty much bound to having one screen. You're going to use that one all the time. So rocking this phone for several months, I got used to using this screen for everything. If I'm going to watch a YouTube video, I turn it sideways. If I'm scanning through or whatever, I learned to use this phone quickly, go through maps, go through text messages. I can use this phone quickly and efficiently. When I got my hands on this, I noticed I was using the exterior screen 90% of the time. I was using the internal screen probably 10% of the time. Like really, I wasn't using it that much. And so I noticed, well, if I'm going to use an outer screen 90% of the time and I'm slowing down by using this device, maybe an S24 Ultra is better for me. Then I factored in the better cameras, the faster charging, the longer battery life, and then the deal breaker. So we're at the deal breaker now. I'm going to show you guys this. This is screen for screen. They're about halfway up. Look at what you see here with my studio light here. I'm going to bring this over and look at what you see here. Let's put these together so you can see. These are, again, no screen protectors, nothing. So we got to talk about this for a minute. This particular screen, there's two things happening here. One is the Fold 6. Let me step back. The S24 Ultra has a upgraded display technology where it has scratch resistance that is superior to some of the older devices, and it has, my studio light was about to fall, and it has a anti-reflective property. It has that built in. So the result is from day-to-day use, everywhere from inside, outside, above lights, below lights, sun above you, every brightness level, it's much deeper blacks, it's much brighter colors. There is much, much less reflection, as you can clearly see here as I move the studio light. It is a game changer that is definitely not talked about enough on this device, on the S24 Ultra. It is better than the Apple devices. It is better than the Pixel devices. Every single brand out there, this is the best display on any smartphone that I have ever seen. And then there's a kicker on top of that. This was the first device that I saw, I believe it was Jerry Rig Anything, had done a scratch test that actually proved to be a little bit better than most every other device out there. So I thought to myself, I am going to peel back, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to put normally I would peel off the screen protector once I know I can trust it, but in this case, I'd never put a screen protector on there. I can honestly tell you guys after months of using this device that I have only a little, maybe little minor scratch right in the middle of the device, and it's more like one of those superficial surface scratches. It's not a deep scratch, it's nothing. And that goes from rocking this thing for months, right? Now, within a couple of days of using the Fold 6, I thought, all right, this must have, maybe it doesn't have the anti-reflective properties, but surely it must have the anti-scratch properties, right? No, that is not the case. I had scratches on this device, treating them equally. This for months with 0 scratches, or maybe one very, very, very minor scratch. And then having this for 2 or 3 days, I must have had 3 or 4 little micro scratches on this device. I thought, no way, that's it. I'm willing to compromise on it being the same kind of size. I'm willing to compromise on 3-year-old cameras. Everything else, I'm willing to compromise on this charging slower, having a smaller battery, being thicker in the pocket, etc., etc. I am absolutely not willing to compromise after being spoiled with the S24 Ultra, having no screen protector on that device and no scratches, and then the tremendous deep blacks that you see and anti-reflective capability of the screen. There was just no way. There was no possible way. So for me, I don't think people are talking about this very much, but it is an absolute deal breaker. Samsung is not going to charge, me anyway, they're not going to charge $1,800 or whatever this phone was and chintz out on putting the latest screen tech on it. I mean, come on, that would have put me over the edge where I think I was willing to compromise with everything else. But after being spoiled with this device for as long as I have been, the second I picked up this device, I felt like I took a time machine back in time to all those other old cell phones back in the day with the shiny reflective screens. And then, by the way, 2-3 days into this device, I had scratches on the screen from very gentle use, same use of this for months with nothing. So here I put a screen protector on, which probably added to the glossy factor or the reflective factor. And it just made it, I'm just like, no. Samsung has a very, very awesome, well-rounded phone here. And I'm not going to spend more money so I can fold this open and see, you know, a little bit bigger display from occasionally. I'm better off to just go buy a $200 tablet somewhere and have that in the living room to do whatever Google searching and YouTube stuff that I need to search. So that's just me, guys. If you're coming from the Fold and you really love this thing, the Fold 6, more power to you. You know, great. It's an awesome device. As I mentioned earlier, this is the best fold that Samsung has created. The hinge is just awesome compared to anything I've seen Samsung produce. However, when you start comparing this to the competition and the new Pixel that's about to hit, it starts to show its age. And then if you are a Samsung person coming from an S24 Ultra, you're just going to get hit with left and right with things that you're throwing away in order to have this foldable device. And then you're going to notice in your pocket, yes, this has a smaller footprint per se, but you're going to notice the thickness in your pocket. And I'm not dogging the Fold. I'm just saying what an S24 Ultra person is going to experience when they switch. I don't know why the screen's going dim on me now, but either way. So that is it. That's the difference between the S24 Ultra and the Fold. And again, what you guys are seeing with that reflective is just a deal breaker. Literally felt like I stepped in a time machine when I picked up this device. So better luck next time, Samsung. I look forward to trying the Pixel Fold here, which is coming out soon. I will compare that to my S24 Ultra because so far this is my favorite cell phone of all time, literally. And I've got the Watch Ultra here, and I've got the Garmin Epix Pro, and I'm going to do a comparison between these two. You guys, you're going to be shocked because I love both these watches equally. Literally, I don't want to take either one of them off, but I have to at some point, so I'm going to make a decision. But this one is one of the most ridiculous comparisons that I've ever done because they both have their own crazy like advantages. It's hard to explain, but I'll create a video and share with you guys on my thoughts on that and who would benefit from having the Ultra, who would benefit from the Garmin Epix Pro. And it's kind of surprising, actually. You'll find it surprising because you would say, oh, well, we know it's going to be the fitness person that's going to be more towards the Garmin, but you're going to be surprised. So, all right, guys, share your thoughts and comments below. I am curious what you guys think about what I'm saying on these devices. And again, I just want to end this video saying if you love this device, more power to you. It is a sweet foldable device in the Samsung ecosystem. If you love the S24 Ultra, it is also, in my humble opinion, one of the best, should say, slab phones anywhere in the market. So, all right, guys, talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.